Alright, what is going on guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what I've got for you guys is another Flash video, more specifically a Flash Season 7 video, as recently an article popped up over on TV Line, which I will link down there in the description, where showrunner Eric Wallace gave a bit of an insight on what Season 7 may end up looking like come its hoped premiere in January of 2021. And while there isn't much information here to go off of, it does seem like the big takeaway from Eric's answers about the upcoming season is that it will be formatted in a similar way to Season 6, yet still be broken up in such a way to keep us guessing. Last season of The Flash was our first taste of Eric Wallace's graphic novel style of storytelling, in which the season is formatted to give us two distinct stories, one in the beginning half and one in the back half, that were sort of bridged by Crisis and had little connective pieces between them. Thanks to Season 6's graphic novel storytelling, we were able to have the Bloodwork storyline up until Crisis, which not only set up certain things for the crossover, but also planted seeds for what we would see in the back half of the season with our brand new Mirror Master in the form of Eva McCulloch, as well as the Black Hole organization. Now, unfortunately, as I'm sure we are all aware, Season 6 of The Flash was cut short due to events in the world out of everyone's control, and the final 3 episodes of the season kind of got the axe as the season ended off with episode 19, and episodes 20 through 22 left in kind of a purgatory state. With this, I'm sure most of us were just under the assumption that these lost episodes would be reformatted to become the beginning of Season 7, where we would see the team take on and defeat Mirror Master, bring Iris back from the Mirrorverse, set up the new Speed Force, as well as give us a nice tease for what is coming next, which rumors suggested that it was Reverse Flash related. Luckily, within his TV Line interview, Eric Wallace confirmed our suspicions that yes, the story from the last 3 episodes of Season 6 will be present in the beginning of Season 7, giving us a bit of a different start to a season of The Flash than we've seen in the past. Wallace went on to discuss how starting off Season 7 with the wrap-up to Season 6 will kind of change the course of this next season just a little bit, especially with bringing the big twist that is usually at the end of a season into the middle of the start of a season that is going to make things slightly different. From the wording on this, it makes me think that for the most part, these last 3 Season 6 episodes will remain mostly intact just to be repurposed into the first 3 episodes of Season 7, meaning we would be due for our big twist or teaser at the end of Episode 3. If this is the case, we would have anywhere between 5 and 6 episodes left before the traditional mid-season point where we would normally get our big crossover right before going on break, which seems to be taking a bit of a different form next season as well. From the way Eric explains the graphic novel format for Season 7, we may end up seeing 3 different storylines instead of the 2 we got last season. The first 3 episodes would wrap up Season 6's storyline and tease out what is next, then we would deal with that up until around episode 8 or 9, and then have episodes 10 through 22 to deal with an even bigger threat, but that's just my guess for now. Obviously, I could be way off with that. Especially when we have Eric in the interview saying that this coming season might not be broken up in the way us fans would think, so who knows? Obviously the showrunner knows, he even said that he knows all of Season 7, but I guess it is all up to speculation at this point and how soon the show is able to get back into production. As far as I've heard, it seems like the Arrowverse shows want to be back to filming for their next seasons by the end of August, which is around a month or so later than they normally would for an early October premiere. But with these shows not expected back until January at this point, I'd say there is still some room for possible delay depending on how things are looking around the world. But back onto the story for the beginning bits of Season 7, I feel like for the most part the story will be able to continue as planned aside from a couple of small changes. The article mentioned how Danielle Panabaker, who of course plays Caitlin and Killer Frost, was written out in episode 19 to allow her to go on maternity leave, and given that that would obviously no longer be a reason why she couldn't film these episodes, I wouldn't be surprised if Caitlin was written back into the scripts alongside Cisco, who was also written out with plans to return for the finale. I think bringing back both Caitlin and Cisco for these first 3 episodes of Season 7 to finish off Season 6's storyline would more than make up for the potential missing character that I guess we should address as well. Maybe we'll get some sort of time jump when we pick up just to make things flow a bit smoother, so I'd say just minor changes, but the overall story should still be intact. The only big question that I have to address the elephant or maybe gorilla in Star Labs, Gorilla Grodd, I don't know. Obviously, the firing of Hartley Sawyer, who played Ralph Dibny, will he be recast or will he just be written out off screen? And because his story was so closely intertwined with Sue's, what does this mean for her? Will she be able to stick around past these first few episodes, or will she also be written out? Again, only time will tell, but I think if I had any input on this, I'd say write Ralph off screen, and then keep Sue around as sort of that link between the two storylines until everything is sorted out with her being framed by the Eva McCulloch Mirror Master. Then I guess it is all up to the writers if they can find something for Sue to do on the show that is disconnected from Ralph, or if when the Mirror Master story ends, hers does as well. I guess we shall wait and see. But with all of that said, I wouldn't be too worried about the beginning of Season 7 and how it will be formatted. I think everything will work out fine. It's just a matter of when they actually get back to filming. So I'm excited for Season 7, really hope that the Reverse Flash rumor was legit, hopefully some new multiversal stuff is also in there, and maybe we'll even see Eddie back as Cobalt Blue in one of these graphic novels throughout the season as well. One can only hope. So I want to know your thoughts on all of this down there in the comments below. What do you think of the current format for Season 7? What would you like to see happen within the different graphic novels? And how do you think the show is going to handle the Ralph situation? Let me know your thoughts on everything down there in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I will see you guys in the next video.